On tonight's show, the star of the new dinosaur film, Jurassic World. Audience, are you ready to do some terrified crowd acting? It's a T-Rex, everybody! And a giant hand! Let's start the show! Show for you tonight. Yes, the star of the new Jurassic World film and Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt, on our show. Yeah. From Mike and Molly, Bridesmaids, and the new comedy film Spy, the wonderful Melissa McCarthy's here. Love her. Oscar-nominated star of Cold Mountain, Jude is with us. Liverpool's finest comedian, John Bishop, on the sofa tonight. Yeah. Plus, very exciting, we have music from Florence and the Machine. She's back. Oh, she's good. She is good. Now, John Bishop back on the show. Now, as well as being a brilliant comedian, John loves his football. He does. Here he is in action at Old Trafford. Oh, now, is there anyone in the world of football that has given us so many laughs? Is there? Yeah. King of laughter, Sepp Blatter. Yeah. A group of his FIFA executives have, of course, been arrested on fraud charges. FIFA's taking it so seriously, they've already called in the head of their ethics committee. Yeah. A big welcome to the show for the hilarious Melissa McCarthy. Now, presumably everyone here enjoyed Melissa in Bridesmaids. Did you all see Bridesmaids? Yeah. Now, in the movie, those bridesmaids did a great job. They got the bride to the wedding. Doesn't always happen. Aww. Honeymooning on the A323. And on the subject of weddings, the big news this week, Ireland voted to legalise same-sex marriages. I know. Such a lovely thing. At last, gay men can take part in the dignified occasion of a formal wedding ceremony. Yeah. And now, all over Ireland, priests are preparing to welcome gay couples into their churches. Yeah. Let's get the guests on! Later, we've got music from Florence and the Machine. But first, he's the high priest of comedy, is John Bishop! Oh, so smart. Oh, go this way. There you go. Hello, sir. Lovely to see you. It's the talented Mr. Jude. It's the mighty Chris Pratt, everybody! Hello, sir. Hey! See, I promised you, good one. And Florence and the Machine, it's all good. So welcome all. So welcome back to John and Jude.
Hi.
Welcome to Melissa, welcome to Chris. You've never been here before.
Never been here before.
And now, Melissa, before you get another thing, Melissa McCarthy must be riding high. Because, because you just got your own star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Crazy, yeah.
Yes. And it's not messy or anything. You get to stand, you know...
I know. I was wondering, like, who's the first person that's going to do something on it?
Are you in that part of town? Down an alley. Just off with it. But you got to make a speech and everything.
Yeah, I had to make a speech, and Paul Feig, who directed our movie, made a speech, and my husband... My dad was not there, shockingly, because he was de-weeding the lake.
Busy.
His
weed was out of control.
He's a big fisherman, and he was like, "It's my week. I gotta de-weed the lake." I was like, I'm probably not gonna get another one of these. He's like, I know, but the weeds. It's just shocking. He's usually like he's like embarrassingly supportive. Like, it's too much.
Yeah, he sounds it.
The weeds.
I know, that's the only time he hasn't showed up for something, so.
And now, Jude, do you have one of those? A thing in the wall?
No, thanks for reminding me.
But no, you have had honours, though.
I've had a few honours.
Yes.
I've been honoured by the French several times. I was a vegetarian for 10 years, and I got voted, I'm not anymore, in no way, and I got voted the sexiest vegetarian in the world.
I've been voted sexiest vegetarian.
Hang on, what year?
Well, it was a while. No, 2013.
Oh, yeah, OK.
When were you?
At least it wasn't the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been...
I was like 98.
98?
97, 98.
Yeah, there wasn't many vegetarians then.
Now,
Are you still a vegetarian?
I'm committed to it. I'm open to win it again.
Yeah.
I'm open to get my own start.
you're going to get a recall. The Vegetarian Society will be on the phone.
So why did you stop being a vegetarian?
Because
you got all you were going to get from being a vegetarian. You'd achieved the ultimate.
yeah.
Chris Pratt, are you a vegetarian?
No, I'm not.
That's why you haven't won that award.
Yeah.
That is the only reason we haven't. But here's the thing, John Bishop, not just sexy vegetarian. I didn't know you were a sexy vegetarian. But you recently got is a fellowship like a doctorate?
You know what? I don't really know. Basically...
You got it. Here, we've got a picture of you getting it. Here, there you are. Look at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Harry Potter on acid, isn't it? No, that was John Moore's University in Liverpool gave me a fellowship, and I went. It was a lovely moment where you say, you get something, you think, I'd never imagined somebody at university would give me an award like that. I feel like an advert for comprehensive education. Of course I'll accept it. And I turned up at the Anglican Cathedral of Liverpool, and there was like 700 students receiving doctorates and degrees who had worked for it. I'd done fuck all. Literally nothing. And I turned up, and my robe was the best robe, and my thing was the best thing. And there was part of me that felt guilty for about that long.
And also, what I like is, on a day like that, with all the pomp and the pageantry, John perfectly captured the solemnity of the occasion by taking this selfie.
He said, would you like to say a few words? And I just said, well, I tell you what, let's all have a picture. And I just did, and I did the selfie and then walked off, and I could see everyone going, what? Get the robe off him. Get that robe off him.
Now, I have to say, it is traditional at this point in the show, when John Bishop is on the couch, to turn to the Americans to say, understanding anything.
Yeah, no.
You're getting it.
No, I'm getting it all.
Are you getting it all?
Understand
Okay,
everything. Oh,
good.
yeah.
Good.
He said
Is
he
there
was
a
in the
bell?
Fellowship of the Ring. Something about a picture. Something about a picture.
Because talking of accents, this is a weird thing. So, Chris Pratt, this seems so unlikely that you have now learned how to do the voices from Towie.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. Well,
How is that possible?
We love that garbage TV back in the States. My wife was crazy about it, and when I was here filming Guardians, we shot Guardians of the Galaxy here in London, and my wife Anna came out to visit, and she fell in love with this show, Towie, The Only Way is Essex. It's this show that's like basically their Jersey Shore. It's the Jersey Shore from here. It's like this town somewhere, Essex, I guess, and these folks are just like the worst. And it was like, I'm a parrot a little bit, and so when I hear it all the time, I just started picking it up and started like I could pick up their accent and do their accent a little bit. Yeah, I'm okay. This is really embarrassing to do in front of a whole room full of Brits here, but I'll try it anyways. So it's like, honestly, I saw this guy. Honestly, did Michael cheat on me when he was in a beeper, and I was like, because he was telling me, he's like, I miss you or whatever, and I'm like, you miss me? What am I, your mother? Like the only accent I can do. I
That will never be useful. Never be useful. But that's very good.
Now I want to watch the show.
But I love the fact that you spent months in England and that's what you talk about.
Culture. Hey, lots to talk about tonight. Two great movies and a brand new Saturday night TV show. But we will begin with Chris and the hotly anticipated return of one of the most successful film franchises of all time, Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And in this country, it opens on the 11th of June. And now, I remember I was such a fan of the original ones, but you must have been a kid when the originals came out.
I was 13 when I saw the original in the theater, and yeah, I just remember just being captivated by the idea that this was real, because everything I know about anything really comes from TV or movies. So, like, I felt like I walked out of there thinking, yeah, I have a pretty good understanding of genetics now and exactly how this works. You know, it seems so real to me that they could... It's the amber. I was like, that's the missing link. That's why we got dinosaurs with the amber, now we have it, and the dinosaur comes out. It's super easy.
So, 20 years since Jurassic Park went a bit wrong. So, obviously, insurance been upped. What's happened since? Who are you? Why is it all about you?
Yeah, well, it's not all about me.
Oh, it is.
It is? Okay. Well, yeah, it's been 22 years since the events of the first movie. In this movie, you know, John Hammond, Richard Attenborough's character, had this dream of Jurassic Park, a park that would be based around these dinosaurs, like a luxury resort that would be a destination for the entire world. Well, now that dream has come to life. It's a real park. It's open. There are 20,000 people who come every day from all around the world to see dinosaurs, and it's like a big zoo meets Universal Studios or something. And essentially... you know, I don't know, dinosaurs flip out and kill people.
Yeah. No, but it's funny and it's got all sides. It's a little bit sexy. It's got
a little everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man on dinosaur action.
Yeah. Improv.
Did not see that coming.
Improv. It was all improv. Yeah.
Let's watch a clip. This is your character Owen sort of testing his bond with the raptors.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire, do not fire! Put 12 amps in these animals, they're never gonna trust me again. Blue, stand down. Stand down. Hey! What did I just say? Delta, I see you. Back up. Okay, good. Good.
They're not like it's not real. As proper acting, you did that actor thing of channeling an animal. Is this right?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
No, you did.
It was this thing. It's this thing. As what apparently some of the greats have done, I Googled, how do you act? Like...
In your trailer.
Yeah, what's up with acting? And one of these things I've heard people do is that trying to just, you know, you can just do you, which works, or you can like maybe try to manipulate the way you look or the way you sound or like the rhythm of who you are. That's like things you can, you know, kind of tune and change a little bit. And so one of the things that I was trying to do was like change the way that I walked a little bit. And sometimes you can think of an animal, like what animal would this character be? And I thought of a dolphin because dolphins like to fight, they like to fish, and they like to fuck. Those are the three things these dolphins do. And
they're very good at walking, though, aren't they?
So I was like, first day I was like... I just figured they kind of lead with their forehead. So I was like, it's a body lead. It's like, what part of your body do you lead with? Because if you lead with the shoulder, it makes you walk one way. If you lead with your hips, you know, whatever you lead with, it can change how you carry yourself and all that stuff.
Melissa, what is the story when you and Bridesmaids and a dolphin?
Oh, well, first of all, that makes it also sound real, like I got into it with a dolphin. Oh, God, it was in the audition, and part of it ended up in the movie. when I went in, Kristen Wiig and I were improvising, or we were reading a scene, and I've known her for forever, and the scene was about me falling off a cruise ship. And because I'd known her so long, I kind of forgot about it being an audition, and I was perhaps a little too comfy, and she was like, so we started improvising, and I may have told like an 8-minute story about having a sexual encounter with a dolphin. And I talked about like fin play. And it went on for a really long time, and I feel like I went into some kind of weird blackout, and all of a sudden I realized, like, oh my God, there's people sitting in chairs 2 feet from me, literally judging me. And that's what I decided to like dazzle them with. And I left, and I was like, the whole way home, I was like, you gotta get weird. You always have to get weird. And I was talking about screwing a dolphin. And I got really specific. It was just awful. And then when I actually got the part, I was like, Are you calling the right person? Like, I was so confused. I thought for sure they'd never speak to me again. So.
Yes, Jude, you've talked about how your kids find it a bit embarrassing that you're an actor.
Now and then, yeah.
Yeah. But in terms of embarrassment, was it friends that saw you on Broadway, in your debut on Broadway?
Yes.
Was it Indiscretions?
It was. It was a play, actually, that I originated here down the road at the National Theatre. And there was a scene at the top of Act 2 where I was in a bath. The curtain goes up, and I'm in a bath talking to my lover, and I have to get out of the bath and dry myself and get dressed. And the crew knew that on this one night all my friends were in, so they filled the bath with ice.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Yeah. You know the little 50p's you put in to get binoculars in the theatre?
Yeah.
That went through the roof. Tiny.
Did you do the thing that every man does when he gets out the bath, though? Does that little... You know people are watching. Every man does it when you get changed in a changing room. You just sort of, come on, son, wake up. Come on, there's people looking. It's just a natural thing, isn't it? Obviously, you can't do it too much. It changes the atmosphere.
It's amazing as well how when you're drying yourself, you never really watch other people dry. So when everyone's watching, they go, "That's really weird the way you kind of dry." I was like, "What was I doing?" Oh God! There's something like, "What? No, you don't."
Because Chris Pratt, you like getting naked.
Yeah. Yeah, I've spent a good amount of time naked. Yeah.
Like even when you were a kid, didn't you?
I was always getting naked. I was always getting in trouble for getting naked. They're like, you can't just pull your dick out. I was like, why? It's what? It's funny.
But it has got you in trouble in your sitcom.
Yes, yeah.
This is Parks and Recreation, the sitcom.
I wonder if this is okay to I guess it is. Basically, there was a scene like in the second season of the show. I played this guy who is dim-witted and guileless, but a real idiot but lovable. And he lives out in a pit outside of this house. He lives in a hole in a tent, and he's like kind of a homeless guy. And he got kicked out of his girlfriend's house. Anyways, long story short, she has invited him to come back to the house for some reason, but I think it's to hook up. So I come back naked. And of course, they give you these briefs that are like little underwear, but that are skin colored because they'll pixelate it out. But now I knock on the door, and Amy Poehler's character opens the door and says, "Andy," and I'm naked, and that's the bit. Well, it was like late in the day, and Amy was going, "Andy," but to me, it didn't seem like she really was reacting to seeing my dick. And so I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop my trowel as an improv. She'll open the door, and then that will be the take that they'll use, right? By the way, it is the take that they'll use. And she opens the door, and she goes, "Andy, whoa!" And I ran it by the boom mic operator. I was like, "Dude, should I get naked?" He was like, "Drop trowel." And then I got a letter from NBC saying basically, never, ever do that again. There is a protocol to being naked. You must give everyone the option to not see it. Because I forgot yes, there's not that many people in the room, but there's a camera, and behind the camera is a ton of people watching, you know? So I got naked, and then they sent me the letter, and I framed it. I got it right next, I got it in my office. I love it. And it said, first of all, this is not a joke. You're being reprimanded. This is the last warning. It can't happen again. And also, we don't want you going around and talking about this letter like it was some kind of joke. There you go. Duly noted.
Oh my God. So awesome.
All right, now we move on to Spy. Spy. It's a really funny new movie from Paul Feig, who brought you Bridesmaids and The Heat. This time, it's the world of the CIA. And in sort of British terms, Melissa, would you say you're like a kind of Miss Moneypenny figure? You're kind of...
A little bit in the beginning, for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm fairly enamored with this one's character.
Yes.
Which was really hard to do.
Now, it opens on Friday the 5th of June. So you start off being kind of backroom spy, and you are sort of like an American...
I'm an agent, field agent.
Yeah, but you're proper glamorous.
I played it as if this guy is a kind of, you know, he's the best of the best of the CIA, and he's grown up watching a lot of James Bond films, because, you know, what he really wants to be is James Bond. And, you know, assumes everyone's in love with him, but no one's in love with him as much as he's in love with himself.
Oh, well, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I maybe gave him a run for that.
Yes.
But yeah, he's out in the field doing like dangerous, amazing things. Always in like an amazing tux. And I work in the basement on a headset with
On a headset, but everything he does is sort of directed and advised through his earpiece and through his eye camera, which lead to Susan in the basement.
So I'm the one telling him where to go, how to do it, which way to go, who's coming at him. So I'm kind of the technical advice part of it.
And then the movie kind of takes a turn, because then you have to...
It takes a turn. All the agents, there's a big event happens, and all of the agents that are undercover, their covers have been blown, so they cannot go out and try to stop. There's a bomb, and so I decide that I'll do it. I'm the only one that no one knows about or cares about, so I decide to go out into the field, and I've never been in the field. So I'm trained and smart, but absolutely have no practice of actually being in the field, so I had to kind of learn everything.
There's the most incredible knife fight in a kitchen with Melissa and this another actress who plays a sort of possible assassin. It is brilliant, brilliant.
You don't need to... I've seen it. It's very
Oh,
good.
you've seen it?
Yeah. The clip you have is near the beginning. So this is your character, Susan, and she's back at Mission Control, helping Jude's character make good his escape.
Go right up the stairs. All right, fine. Stop at the door. Okay, you got a guard approaching. I'll tell you when. Now!
Oh, dear. Did I forget to knock?
You've got SUVs approaching! Go to the dock!
Doc. Excellent idea.
Boy, those boats at the end!
No keys, Coop.
You can hotwire it.
I can't get to the wires.
Okay, then stay down and hold your ears.
How I hear your beautiful voice.
Stop being adorable and get down. Lock on coordinates 43.16547. Fire now.
Close one. Nice drone work, Coop. I could kiss you.
Oh, well, I would accept that with an open mouth.
But now, here's the thing. You're auditioning for parts of it, but before you get the audition, of course, actors have to send out their headshots, you know, so people know what they're doing. Now, Jude Law, good-looking young actor, so it was a no-brainer. You know, you just smoldered. No, we've got this. Is this your first? This must be on a very. Look at him. Now that's the noise you want in an audition.
Bit boring.
Oh. Now, John, you too. But no, you've done done acting. You have headshots. Well,
No, yeah, I've done acting, yeah.
Well, this is the earliest headshot we could find of you. Oh.
That was when I was... Yeah. That was 2005, 2006. That's when I was trying to get gigs as a comedian. I look like somebody who's doing a turn at a social club in Grimsby. Turn up, this act's going to be on after the meat raffle. That's what I like.
Meat raffle.
Listen, McCarthy.
Oh,
so,
God.
So these headshots, before we show them, how did these headshots happen?
First of all, I don't know how you got them because I literally thought I had the only 2 hard copies. And when you sent them to me, I was like, dear God, they're out there. I had just moved to LA. I'd only done theater in New York for a very long time. And I got my first commercial agent, which was like above a sandwich shop. It was very jinky. So he told me that I had to get character shots. And it's usually, I always found them silly because it's like, do you really, if you're going to play a cop, do you really need to see a picture of someone like in a cop jacket? But I'd been working at the Groundlings Theater and I was doing this weird character of this woman who like gave out cheese samples in a grocery store. And I was like, I'll do Carol. So I did like 2 weird characters that like no one is ever going to hire these women.
Who's the first one? The first one here.
Oh, God.
Who's... That's your headshot. It's your headshot.
That's what you look like when you've had sex with a dolphin.
Yeah, I am 26 in that picture, and I thought it was a great idea to put on a gray snarled wig and old lady glasses. I'm like, sure, who wouldn't hire her?
Well, I think people might hire her before this next woman.
I'm in like a full sweat.
Oh, my God.
That is from Western Barbie. I took her hat, and I took her...
That's a hat!
That's a hat. It's a cowboy hat from Barbie.
I thought it was like a bit of ravioli in your head. It's like, I didn't know what it was.
It's a tiny cowboy hat on elastic.
Oh, dear. Mind you, when it comes to getting headshots, Chris, when you got to LA, you got lucky with headshots very early on.
Yeah, that was something that I knew I needed was headshots. Everyone says you need headshots, and so I was on the hunt for headshots, but I was completely broke, and I was at the post office in West Hollywood, which is an area in LA that's like a predominantly gay area, and I was there getting picking up some men.
What a great story. What a great story. That's a great story. Yeah, thank you.
End of show.
Awesome. Well, I saw this guy had this look. He was like he recognized me. I was like, hello. And he was like, you look familiar. Have I shot you? And I was like, I've never been shot. I don't believe you've shot me. And he was like, no, do you model? I'm a photographer. Do you model? And I was like, no, but I need, have you ever heard of headshots? I need something called headshots. I was 20 years old. And the guy's like, I do headshots. I live like 2 blocks from here.
Oh, no.
Come to my apartment. I will give you headshots. I was like, well, what does it cost? He's like, just come, it's fine. I'll cover you. I was like, oh, sweet. Okay, let's go. And so I go to this guy's apartment. He lived on the top floor, really nice apartment, amazing furnishings. He was like, listen, you're a little grimy, you probably need a shower. I was like, that's a really good idea. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I showered. All kinds of good soaps, and I was like, this is great. I probably needed a shower. And then he was like, you should probably wear some different clothes. So he gives me like this nice white shirt. That's a polo shirt, nice shirt. And kind of like helps me and like zhuzhes me up and stuff. And we go out on the balcony, and he takes like a bunch of photos, and he's like directing me, telling me what to do. And he takes all these photos and takes the film out of the camera, and he puts it in the film thing, and he just gives it to me. And he was like, there you go. And I just walked out, and I was like...
Yeah, I'd stick to that story as well.
Look at the picture.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing.
No, it's beautiful. Look at it.
Oh my
Look,
God.
that silenced the audience. The audience, oh my God, look at him.
Look at my hair. That was a guy who clearly couldn't afford a haircut, let alone a headshot.
Did you ever see him again?
I don't know that I ever saw him again. If you're watching, thank you for my headshots. They were awesome. And they,
He's probably making money of those pictures he took of you in the shower that you didn't know about. You paid him for those. Yeah. All right, now we move on to John Bishop on Saturday nights. The John Bishop Show starts 9:45 on BBC One, and that, of course, is not just you. And we were talking about this earlier. When you say variety, people's hearts slightly sink, but it's not that sort of variety.
No, it's basically me. In each show, there's two musics. In each show, there's two songs.
I did music too.
There's two of that thing. Diddly diddly dee. I think they call it music.
The Oscar for Best Music goes to...
So we've got two musical acts, or two songs each week. We've got three comedians. This is on average, and then one kind of specialist or variety act. But when we say that, we don't talk jugglers or dancing dogs. Just, you know, like one of the actors, boy with tape on his face, who's a brilliant mime actor who has tape on his face, does everything without speaking. We've got Vicky Stone, who's a musician, Pete Fairman, who's Meow Meow's coming on.
I love her.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. And for me, it's a show I've wanted to do for years because it's bringing new talent through. People that I've worked with on the circuit don't normally fit the mould to get on telly. And just musics that I like.
Yeah. And listen, we've got a clip. This is you with an extraordinary act, Beardy Man. So do you want to set this up for us?
Well, Beardy Man, again, is one of the variety acts that we've got, and he's a bebop sort of specialist, but what he does is you basically just throw titles to him, song titles, and he'll do it in any style of music, and he'll make a song up there, so we had titles from the audience, and this was like the culmination of me suggesting something to him to make a song up. It's brilliant.
Well, this is Beardy Man on John Bishop Show.
30 million YouTube hits he's got.
Wow.
Yeah, I know him.
You know him?
Yeah, I mean, not personally, but I know who he is.
That would have been a great story if you knew him.
Surprise!
That would have gone viral. That would have gone so viral. Melissa McCarthy is Beardy Man. Here he is.
Yeah, can I do one?
Go on then.
Go on, Melanie, you love the dogs more than me.
One more time.
Melanie, you love the dogs more than me.
Here's a genre though. Jungle. All right.
Jungle.
They say me hype cause me do what me like, but we got to say no one thing on the mic, and it goes like this. Every time it goes down in a hackney, that's where we are now.
I love the dogs much more than you. Yes, you see John Bishop and you know it's true. I got to see this thing out to you. See, I got to do the do.
Melanie, you love the dogs more than me.
And you do stand-up on it as well. Because you've talked on the show before about how you came to stand-up late and the jobs you did before you did it. And there's a weird kind of connection between John and Chris. Because now... Was it
I get my dick out on girls.
But no, you were a Hoover salesman.
Yeah, it was.
OK.
Yeah.
So, as a Hoover salesman, you've talked about this ritual you had to go through.
Yeah. I worked for I was 17, something like that. I worked for a company called Kirby Cleaners, where you had to go in the morning and sing before you go out to try and sell vacuum cleaners to the world. Yeah, and it was... I think it was an American concept that they brought over, and it was just bizarre.
Who are you singing to?
Well, you know, all the salespeople, it was commission only, so you get in this room...
It's like an enthusiasm to get everyone together.
Yeah, there was song sheets. They give you song sheets, and it'd be like, this is to the tune of I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles, and I'd go, I want to sell her clean. I want to sell her clean. I want to do that. It was, honest to God, it was just like that. And you go in and sing, and there was always one guy who'd always try and get into the room first because he wanted to play the drums. It was mad. It was mad because as a 17-year-old in a suit that I borrowed from a friend, I thought that's what all jobs were like.
Here's the weird thing. Chris Pratt could have been your boss because you sort of did this. What was it, coupons you were selling?
Yeah, it was coupons. Yeah, I had the same thing. It was like a multi-level marketing salesman job, and we did a chant in the morning.
Just to clarify, what's a coupon?
A coupon is like a certificate. It's for a promotion. So we would sell coupons for businesses in the service industry, like day spa type thing, a salon to like come and get all dolled up and like get your hair done and your nails done. And
you
all
give them the gifts, right? You can give them for gifts.
You can give them as gifts, yeah. But
you're giving them life opportunities. That's what you're giving.
I was not. It was one of those things where if you work very hard and you stay enthusiastic and you follow the steps and you do the chant in the morning. I mean, I was hook, line, and sinker. You can open your own office and like start your own business. And I did. I like made it all the way to the top.
No.
I opened my own office. At 19, I had my own business and went to a state in Colorado, and I opened my own office in Denver and put an ad in the paper, the same ad that I had answered, which said, "You like rock and roll music? You want to make money?"
Is your life shit?
Yeah.
But whilst you're reading this, I'm getting a blowjob off a supermodel. If you want to live this life, ring this number. And you go, wow, he means it.
Yeah, it's the dipshit test. Only interested in hiring like an idiot. Did you answer that ad? Check that box. Yes, I do like money. That's crazy. And I also like rock and roll music. Quick, you haven't already filled the position, have you? Yeah, so we put that same ad in the paper, and it turned out like it wasn't all enthusiastic 18-year-olds like myself who answered. It was like the bottom of the unemployment belt. Just terrible people who I'd send out to sell and represent my company, and they would like rob a place. It was just terrible.
But your chant made no sense at all.
Not at all. Every morning, tell me how you're feeling. And we'd go, fantastic, terrific, great, oh yeah, strong juice, baby sucker, I feel wonderful, right on, right on, right on, juice, 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 juice. I feel great, ooh, wah, wah, let's kick some ass, Who's number one? We are. Who's number two? Who gives a fuck? Every morning.
It's music time, everyone. The wait is over. After 3 years, she's back with a brand new album. How big, how blue, how beautiful. Performing Ship to Wreck. It is Florence and the Machine!
Sharks swimming in the bay, and here comes a killer wave to sing me to sleep. said? Did I drink too much? Did I lose in touch? Did I feel this ship too red? Too red? Too red? Too red? Did I feel this ship too red?
Whoa! Florence and the Machine, everybody! Oh, fantastic job. Come and join us, do. Now, you weren't there. You're good? You're good. Up and walking, and she's walking. She's walking, and she's up. And now she's greeting the people. There you go. It's a John, it's a Jude, it's a Melissa, it's a Chris, it's a Florence and the Machine. Welcome, you finally made it. You finally made it after all these years. Oh, but also to do that properly live like that, it's amazing. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It's like, it's a lot less nerve-wracking, really, singing than talking. I've never been on the sofa before. I don't think I've ever
You
really...
must have a couch, you know.
That's what I said. On this sofa. That's what I said to my friend. I was like, oh, I'm a bit nervous about the, like, sofa speaking thing. She was like, you sit on the sofa with me all the time. It's like, I don't think Graham wants to, like, lie around taking selfies, does he?
Maybe we do. But now, listen, I was expecting you to show up in some sort of articulated lorry and a forklift truck to deliver you, because you have had a broken foot.
Yeah, I did break my foot, but it's, this is actually, like, because yesterday I did with you, it was the first time I was standing up. And
Thanks for mentioning that.
and
1-0.
That'll be cut out.
But today I was walking.
The first time you're walking, yeah.
Walking, so...
Today's amazing. Today is amazing. The first time you're walking.
So you've not only gone for the look of Jesus, you do miracles as well.
I met her in the dressing room. I did it. Yeah. And by the way, I should say, by the way, that single is off the album How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful, and that's released next Monday. And good luck with the album. Good luck with you're going to lots of summer gigs. Florence and the Machine, everybody. Right. Before we go, let's make this week's visit to the big red chair. Who's there? Hello.
Hi.
Oh, they love you.
Oh, hello.
What's your name?
Samantha.
Samantha. And where are you from, Samantha?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Oh, there's always one. And do you live here, or are you travelling?
I'm living here at the moment.
And what do you do?
I'm on a working visa, nannying.
Okay, I didn't think you were working illegally, but thanks for pointing it out. So
Really?
working illegally. I have a working visa!
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's not a real name either. Okay, off you go with your story.
Okay, so I'm driving down State Highway 1 with my mum and my auntie, and my auntie suddenly said, "Stop! Stop! I saw a penguin on the side of the road." And we don't have... you wouldn't find a penguin on the State Highway 1 in New Zealand, so we were like, no, of course not. Carried on driving, but she insisted, so we turned the car around and went back to where she thought she saw it. Sure enough, there is a bird lying on the side of the road, like, looking with its head on the curb, resting. So we grabbed a blanket from the car, got out and started waving down traffic and went to go wrap up the bird in the blanket. It spread its wings out. Turns out it's a shag, which is a New Zealand flying bird. Flies across the road and gets hit by a car.
I think that was a good story. I did not see that coming. As did the bird. Can she walk? I think she can walk. Well done, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the show and have a go in the big red chair. You can contact us via our website at this very address. Thank you to my lovely guest tonight, Florence and the Machine. John Bishop, Jude Melissa McCarthy, and Chris Pratt. Join me next week with rock band news, actor and writer Stephen Merchant, top US comedian Amy Schumer, and the world's coolest movie star Samuel L. Jackson. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.